With the 32nd pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs select Clyde Edwards-Helaire, running back, LSU.
Hey everybody, and welcome into a draft night edition of The Breakdown. Night one of the 2020 NFL Draft is in the books, and for the first time since 2017, the Kansas City Chiefs made a first-round pick, and his name is Clyde Edwards-Helaire, a running back out of LSU. The Tigers went 15-0 last season en route to a national championship, and this guy was a big reason why. But before we get started, tonight's episode is presented by Kansas City Southern. Rail shipping with Kansas City Southern keeps North American businesses on track to success. And with that idea in mind, Clyde Edwards-Helaire knows all about success. He rushed for nearly 1,500 yards and 16 touchdowns last year, while also chipping in 55 catches for 453 receiving yards. And those 55 catches were the most by an LSU running back ever, and they've had some good ones. He averaged 6.58 yards per rush in 2019, the third most among running backs with at least 210 carries, and he notched 7 100-yard rushing games, including 110 yards in LSU's victory over Clemson in the national title game. The guy was an all-SEC selection, an LSU team MVP, and just an all-around stud. Here's what Chiefs general manager Brett Veach had to say about how this pick came to be.
Certainly, we're excited to welcome Clyde Edwards-Helaire to the Chiefs kingdom. I think certainly our scouting staff did a great job. I had the chance for the last really 2 weeks to kind of work through a pocket of players that we thought might be there. And it was funny because about 4 or 5 days ago, I talked to Coach and I said, we're getting a bunch of teams calling to see if we want to trade up. So I don't know if they just knew that we were super aggressive or that was kind of the mindset of the teams kind of just looking to get out. But once Green Bay moved up, to draft the quarterback, which made sense to get that fifth-year option. The phones kind of went silent, and we were totally fine with that because we were super excited, to stay true to our board and draft what we feel is just a unique player and a unique talent.
The biggest thing that stands out to me about Edwards-Helaire is his versatility, and it's for that reason I think he's the perfect fit in the Chiefs' high-powered offense. He talked a little bit about his skill set and how he believes he fits in the Chiefs' offense on his media call following the first round.
Watching the Kansas City offense last year, they were big on getting the back out in space. Any check down, any way the back can get out and run a route, that's where, I absolutely did most of my damage as far as, being in the passing game. And that's what Kansas City is big on, and that's what the foundation is built on. Being able to get the ball in space and spread the ball out, that makes defenses stress. So being able to be a running back and catch the ball out of the backfield and run routes, I feel like everything is a perfect fit.
And that skill set actually reminded Veach and Chiefs head coach Andy Reid of a player they're both plenty familiar with, which Veach explained when discussing why the Chiefs went with Edwards-Helaire over the other available running backs in this year's draft.
The kid, just his interior running ability, the vision and the instincts are rare and unique. I mean, the guy has the ability to kind of play the game in slow motion, lateral agility, vision, his ability to start and stop and redirect his hands out of the backfield. Some guys have the one trait, some guy has the other trait. We felt like he kind of had all those traits. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, when we were kind of just working through the wave of this process, once we get to a point, I kind of give Coach a couple guys to take a peek on. And I told Coach, I said, wait do you finish up your work on Clyde Edwards-Helaire? He's going to remind you of Brian Westbrook. And Coach called me back. He said, he's better than Brian. And that's no slight to Brian because got a chance to play against him firsthand at Delaware. And he was a Ring of Fame honor player in Philadelphia. So he's a unique talent. The guy is explosive. He has the ability to kind of make stuff out of nothing. And that's, I think, the one thing you look at with these running backs. I mean, this guy can consistently make plays when there really is nothing there to be made. So, again, throwing him now with Tyreek and Sammy and Travis and Damian Williams in the backfield, and McCall on the outside, we think it'll be really exciting.
If Edwards-Helaire turns out to be anything like Brian Westbrook, this pick will be a massive success. Westbrook was an all-purpose monster for Reid in Philadelphia for years. And that kind of player in this offense is something to really get excited about. And speaking of excited, you better believe EdwardsHelaire, a Baton Rouge native, is pumped to play alongside LSU legend and current Chiefs safety Tyrann Mathieu.
It's gonna be pretty epic. Being younger than him, I've always watched him, but never got the opportunity to play with him. So I'm excited for it. I can't wait. I know he's gonna show me some things that I've never seen as far as coverage, and now I can only get better from working with as far as what I see as the GOAT.
Tyrann seemed pretty excited on Twitter too, and why wouldn't he be? The Chiefs are adding a dynamic playmaker to an already potent offense, and by all accounts, he seems like a great dude too. All right, now let's quickly run through who else joined the AFC West on Thursday night. It started with the new face of the Los Angeles Chargers, Oregon quarterback Justin Herbert. The Chargers parted ways with Phillip Rivers for the first time since 2004 earlier this offseason, and while veteran Tyrod Taylor is there, it made too much sense for the Chargers to take a chance on their next franchise quarterback. Herbert certainly fits the bill, standing at 6'6" and as a dynamic dual-threat passer who possesses a big arm and surprisingly good athleticism considering his size. He threw for more than 10,000 yards and 95 touchdowns during his college career. The guy was productive. I'm curious to see if the Chargers go with him right away or if they stick with Tyrod to at least begin the season. But either way, Justin Herbert is a name Chiefs Kingdom will become familiar with soon enough. LA then traded back into the first round at number 23 overall, grabbing Oklahoma linebacker Kenneth Murray. A 3-year starter at OU, Murray racked up triple-digit tackles each of the last 2 seasons for the Sooners and will likely be an impact defender right away. Of all the AFC West opponent picks on Thursday night, I'd personally peg Murray as the one whose name you'll hear most often early on. The Raiders also made a high-profile addition with their first selection, picking up Alabama wide receiver Henry Ruggs 12th overall. Ruggs has blazing speed, running a 4.27 40-yard dash, and he averaged 30 yards per touchdown over his career. He has Tyreek Hill-style skills, adding a big play threat to that offense. Las Vegas then made a move on the other side of the ball with a 19th overall pick, selecting Ohio State cornerback Damon Arnette. A 3-year starter at Ohio State, Arnette returned for his senior season and greatly improved his draft stock, demonstrating great quickness and speed. Where the addition of Ruggs is meant to help Vegas keep up with the Chiefs offensively, drafting Arnette is all about trying to slow down the likes of Hill, Sammy Watkins, and McCole Hardman. Emphasis on the word try there, but that's the strategy. Finally, 5 selections before the Raiders' second pick, the Broncos selected Alabama receiver Jerry Jeudy. Yeah, that's 2 Bama receivers in the first 20 picks, and for good reason. Jeudy was a 2-time All-American with more than 2,500 yards and 15 touchdowns over the last 2 seasons, adding another weapon for second-year quarterback Drew Lock. The Broncos are doing everything they can to add talent around Lock so they can figure out what they have in the former Mizzou star. They already have Courtland Sutton, Noah Fant, Phillip Lindsay, and Melvin Gordon around him, and Jeudy only makes that group better. So overall, that's a lot of talent joining the AFC West on Thursday night. But in the end, all of these teams are trying to find a way to beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. The Chiefs are the standard everybody is trying to meet. So in the case of Las Vegas and Denver, they're trying to build offenses that can keep up with the Chiefs' high-powered attack. And for the Chargers, they're looking for that franchise-changing quarterback that the Chiefs have in Patrick Mahomes. Here's what Veach had to say when asked about the AFC West moves on Thursday.
Team certainly, they got to score some points against us. I think even if you have a really good defense, it's hard to stop our offense. So I think that, teams are certainly ready for track meet when they play the Chiefs. And, it's going to be an exciting time for our division. Certainly some great players were drafted by the Chargers and the Raiders and the Broncos. So our division is always tough and competitive. And I think the talent added to those teams will make this even more exciting for our fans.
It remains to be seen what kind of impact these players will have in the seasons to come, but in the end, I sure enjoyed watching this as a fan of the team not needing to make the franchise-changing move. This team just won the Super Bowl and managed to keep the roster relatively intact. Now with EdwardsHelaire on board and some future draft picks to come, they're going to try and do it again. That's all I have tonight, everybody. Thanks so much for listening, as always, and I will see you tomorrow for Day 2 of the NFL Draft. Catch BJ Kissel and myself at 5 p.m. Central Time on the Chiefs YouTube page, and we'll break everything down before things get started. Until then, this is Matt McMullen signing off.